Hey everyone, welcome back to the Match Grade podcast. I'm here with Dave.
Hey guys.
Heads behind the camera. And we're going to be talking tonight about why or why not to be a competition shooter. Mostly why.
Actually, more importantly, can I afford to be a competition shooter?
Can we afford to be?
Yeah, why should I? Well, there are some good points, but think about it. Can I afford it? There's a lot of people that ask us that.
Yeah, and is that just monetary afford, or is there other things we're gonna get into on that?
Well, let's break it down really quick.
Okay,
all right,
sounds good.
Let's start with we'll do the old report thing, right? The who, what, where, why, and all that stuff. Let's start with why. Why be a competition shooter? Okay. Now I've shot USPSA. I never got ranked. I just shot it for the experience a few times. I've shot IDPA for a few times.
Yeah, I shot IDPA years ago. A little bit, a tiny bit.
So I've played a little bit, and I'll give you my take on it. There's a reason why I don't shoot competition a lot, because it's my personality. I want to be really good at it, and unfortunately, I don't know if I can dedicate that much time to doing that to get that good. Yeah. Where it won't take away from running the company and doing my own training.
So it's a sport. When it really comes down to it, and like any sport, you have to dedicate time practicing the skills for that sport. And yes, it's shooting in general, but there's specific skills for each one of these types of competition that you really need to practice to become really good. Yeah. Yep.
But I guess right at the top of the list, honestly, when I was shooting competitions, and there's one that we participated in a lot, is the GSSF. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a bit. Yep.
But overall, competitions are fun.
They are fun, and that's a good reason to do one.
Yeah,
they are just fun.
It's just you get to meet a lot of great people, and in some cases, they're really competitive, so you might not gel with them. But after the match, they're really cool, because they're focused. They're in the groove, right? They're in the zone. Yep. But in general, they're really, really cool people. Good shooters, good. They figure out tactics like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. But it's just there's a lot of fun that can be had.
There's a good community, I think, in all of these individual competitions, right? Types of competition. Oh yeah. So and which can add to the fun enjoyment of it. Sure.
Right. Yep. So let's see what else. Gives you experience.
Yeah, and I think a couple different types of experience. Like it gives you the experience of being in a competition. Right.
A little stress.
But it also gives you experience like actually running your firearm in a different setting than just going to the range and target shooting. And I think I found one of the big things, it stresses your gear and gives you experience with your gear, which a lot of people don't have. Your holsters, your magazine pouches, magazines themselves, and running more than just the 2 or 3 that you normally shoot.
Yeah.
So
you might find that magazine that doesn't like working.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. You'll find gear that doesn't work. Oh, I thought this worked. This doesn't work.
Or your ammo that works great on the range when you're just doing normal whatever target practice, and then you've got to push it a little bit, and you're trying to maybe the the cyclic action of the semis, it's faster now. You're shooting faster, and then maybe that ammo won't hold up to that, and all of a sudden you get some hiccups. Yeah. So you'll find out if you've got to change your ammo out.
I've seen or your skills. I've seen people now, they're trying to run the gun faster, and their grip isn't as good, and the ammo they were using when their perfect grip, and it worked fine with a perfect grip, but now doesn't work with a little bit weaker grip. So that does happen. Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I warn you guys. Like all these competitions, they use a timer to start, and I've seen the most calm, cool, collected people walk up to the line, and they're ready to go, and they have a meltdown when that buzzer goes off. Yeah, their brain just goes, "What happened?"
Blows your mind, literally.
Yeah. So that leads into like another idea, right? Stress-induced training.
It is a type of stress-induced training, right? Yeah.
So let's think about. So give me a rundown of what problems and what things you see people having to do during these competitions.
Well, we're adding movement.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. We're adding multiple targets, target identification. Okay. All that stuff that a lot of people don't get to do.
Right.
So it's very stressful on them doing this stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
And think about some of these. They have walls. So you have cover.
Yeah,
you're
use
like
of cover, concealment,
right?
To some extent.
And in some of the competitions, there's limits on where you can move because they're trying to create that setting for you to push your skills.
You have to stay within a certain area, or certain box, certain zone. Yes.
Yep. You have laneways and areas.
And they even put you like off position. You're balancing out, leaning out. You're, maybe on a narrow board walking, or there's all kinds of stuff.
One-handed, offhanded, other-handed,
right? Exactly.
Middle-handed. I don't know, whatever. How many hands they got? So the other thing, it's problem solving on the fly. Granted, in some competitions, you do a walkthrough, so you know what the stage is going to look like.
You can kind of set it up and you can choreograph it a little bit. Yes.
Yep. If you watch video or you watch shooters that have done this a lot, or even like high-level shooters, masters and grandmasters, you'll see them. They're walking through everything. They imagine a beep in their mind. They're drawing the gun out. They're moving their finger.
They're running the whole course.
And then they're going 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 10. They're doing a reload, and they're coming around. They're leaning. They're setting that course in their mind.
Yep. They know where their feet are going. They know when they're hitting the reload. The whole deal.
Right. Yep. Like you said, they've got everything choreographed.
Yep.
But the times that I've run it, I've just said, okay, what's the scenario? What can't I do?
Yeah.
Right.
Same here.
And then I say, okay, I'm going to do me. Let's see what happens.
I just literally had this conversation with a good client of ours who just did his first USPSA matches, and he did great his first match. Actually, came in quite high.
Good.
And then the second match, he got DQ'd because he reverted back to his tactical training and did something that would be perfectly fine tactically, but was a rule violation for the match.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't even realize I did it till I get stopped, and that's enough. And he got DQ'd.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that is one thing that you depending on all of the competitions we're going to talk about, which, I'll get ahead of myself a little bit. We're going to talk about USPSA.
Yep.
Okay. United States Practical Shooters Association.
Yep.
IDPA is the
International Defensive Pistol Association.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there's Cowboy Action, and then there's the GSSF, the Glock Sport Shooting Foundation.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So there's all of those competitions. There's more.
There's a lot more. Yes, exactly.
But we're talking about more of the action.
Yeah, and these are all pistol-centric competitions.
Yep. So, what's another good advantage to this? Like, what would be good about being a competition shooter? Let's see. It's a hell of a lot more fun than a flat range of paper targets.
Well, yeah, I mean, it
really
is. It is just more fun than going to the range and shooting.
You can set your we'll say the practical skills, the foundational skills on the range by just range. Shooting. Yeah. But then all of a sudden now you're under somebody else's eye. Mm-hmm. Okay, the go signal is going to be different than your internal cadence, and you're going to be doing other stuff. So again, that adds to the fun.
And for a lot of people, you're going to be doing stuff that you might not be able to do at your home range.
Yeah,
drawing from the holster, moving with the gun. A lot of clubs and stuff will not allow you to do that.
Yeah.
So
it's a good thing you can get that practice.
Yeah, you can get that in. Yeah.
Yeah. So the different types of competitions we're talking about tonight are USPSA, which is the United States Practical Shooters Association.
Yep.
Right? Then we have IDPA, which is?
International Defensive Pistol Association.
Okay. So let's pause there for a second. What's the difference between the two? I know somebody's out there like, well, what's the difference? Well, in reality, IDPA was built more for the concealed carrier. It's more of the defensive shooting. It's still a competition. It still has a lot of, some rules.
Right.
But it's more towards the defensive firearm.
Yeah, you'll see more use of cover garments.
Yep.
There's point deductions for not using cover correctly.
Yes.
According to their rules.
Yep.
So yeah, it is geared more towards defensive rather than USPSA, which is geared more towards the speed.
Yeah.
Speed shooting running through the stages.
As somebody said, USPSA is like run and gun.
It is.
It's just get in there, get your hits, get them fast, get going, still do it safely, and then see where you fall.
Right.
Right? They use tactics, but they use them faster.
Yeah.
And then we have the IPSC, which is the International Practical Shooting Confederation, right? And that was our research department during last time we came back with it, right? There's Cowboy Action.
Yep.
which I tell you, I've seen them do it. Those guys have a ball doing it. They dress up. They create a persona.
It's a costume party with guns.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's
how
pretty
bad?
cool.
How bad can that
It's
be?
actually pretty cool. Yes, but they do. They create a whole they have names.
Yeah.
That they like trail names or whatever that they're given. That they go out and that's who they are when they're shooting.
And
so.
all the stages are just like a cowboy theme.
It's all cowboy, and it's all using Western style guns.
Yeah.
So
Can't show up with your Glock for that one.
No.
Might as well leave that home. When Glock comes up with the wheel gun, we'll take it. All right. And then we have GSSF,
which is the Glock.
Which is the Glock Sport Shooting Foundation. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to be focusing on the GSSF one, the Glock Sport Shooting Foundation one, for a little bit because, so we happen to be we're hosting our 4th year coming up here in less than a month.
Yes, match director, assistant match director.
Yeah, we're going to be there all weekend. All right, so August 2nd and 3rd at the Ontario Rod and Gun Club. Okay?
Ontario Rod and Gun Club,
And
ORGC.
ORGC as we call it. It is the Ontario Region Glock Challenge.
ORGC.
See how I came up with that when I first named it? Yeah. I figured they like that.
Yep.
This thing is a lot of fun. It's great for the entry-level shooter as, we can segue into our Tier 1 competition stuff, right?
Well, let's talk about that. It is a good competition for entry-level shooter.
Oh, yeah.
Don't need a lot of gear. Don't need a lot of extra stuff. Even some of the stuff we talked about, like the movement stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Don't have any of that in this. Don't need a holster even for this.
Right.
Match.
Everything is done from a ready position.
Off a table.
Yep.
Yeah, off a table and the drill ready position. So it is very beginner friendly. Yep.
But basically, you show up with eye-and-ear protection, a bunch of ammo.
Yep.
It's to go through one stage clean, or one, I guess you could say, one entry clean. Yep. It's 89 rounds. Don't ask me how it comes up. That's the way the math works out. It's 89 rounds.
Right.
Okay. So I tell people bring like 150.
Yeah.
Or more, because you never know if
you might need a reshoot. You can.
Yeah. Might have a bad round, and then they let you redo that. Yep. So now you're eating more ammo. So bring a bunch of ammo.
Yep.
Okay. The entry fees are fairly reasonable. They keep it low enough where they can still, support themselves, but it's not too much money.
Yeah, so this is like the minimum requirement for someone brand new, wants to jump in.
Yeah. If you think about it, what's the average, Glock pistol that we can have them shoot? $500?
Around that,
give or take.
I mean, the other way to look at this is like you bought your pistol already. You bought a Glock.
Yeah.
And you see this competition, you can take your stock Glock.
Yeah.
And enter into this competition.
You can show up. Nothing special.
Right, nothing special.
Nothing special.
$500 for your gun. You bought it. All right.
So you need 4 magazines.
4 magazines. So that's like $80 ish.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get Glock magazines again for $20 a piece.
Right. Yeah. Especially here in New York, our 10 rounders are fairly inexpensive.
Eat it, Sig. With your $50 magazines.
Yeah, I know, right? So, a couple hundred rounds of ammo, your eye protection, your ear protection.
Yep.
So a membership to Glock.
You have to join the Glock Sports Shooting Foundation to compete.
And there's a lot of benefits, not just the ability to shoot the Glock match.
You get a discounted Glock every year. You're a member.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a benefit right there.
Every year you get a coupon to buy it at what they call the Blue Label price.
Blue Label price, yeah.
And that's pretty
good
cool.
Discount, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good place to start. And we've actually had people in the past few years, they've started there, and then the bug got a hold of them. Right? And all of a sudden, they're showing up at a USPSA match at the same club, a couple weeks later. Because now they're like, well, what else can I do?
That was fun.
Right?
And honestly, there's even a cheaper way to start this.
Yeah.
And that's you go, hey, buddy, you got a Glock.
Yeah.
Can I shoot your Glock in the match?
Yeah.
If they're at the match in New York, you can shoot their gun.
Yep.
And we've had people do that. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've actually got somebody that they don't own a Glock, but they like shooting it. I don't know why they haven't bought it yet, but I don't know.
Just buy one.
I know. Suck it up. Come to the dark side. But they actually, last year, they made their buddy come because they wanted to shoot the gun during the event, and their buddy ended up shooting too.
They also shot. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we got an extra entry out of it, which was nice. But honestly, this GSSF shoot is the perfect gateway drug to competition.
It is. It's definitely gateway for sure.
It gets you an idea of the format, how competitions are run, some of the protocol, and honestly, we've met all sorts of. Every year we're getting a bunch of new shooters.
Yes.
So there's always new people coming in.
Yep.
There's always, everybody there wants to help you do better because they want you to and the cool thing is they give out so many guns. Gun certificates.
So there are gun certificates that you get for attaining certain things. So
and cash.
And all kinds of other stuff too. I mean, you get entered in all these drawings from Glock, and you're like, oh, hey, you want a Glock knife, a magazine. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff.
Right, that's cool. So it's just a lot of fun. So that would be like a tier 1.
That's your entry level tier 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Second.
What about the next tier?
So you're casual. This is someone who's maybe done it once. And it goes, oh, that was a lot of fun. I want to get in this maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
And this is where that Glock coupon helps because if people may not know this, but there's different categories that you can enter into, right? And you need different guns essentially to enter into those, or different setups on your gun to get into those. Without getting all the details of what those are, but just know you need more than one gun if you're going to go into a different category.
Yeah.
So you came with one gun last year, and then you went and bought another Glock. Well, that can get you into another category that you can enter into.
Possibly, yeah. So and it increases your chances of winning some prizes.
Right, exactly.
Cash and prizes, as they say.
So what do we need now? Your two guns, maybe now you got a third gun. And
more magazines, because you got at least 4 for each gun.
And you might have different calibers, because that also gets you into different categories.
Yep.
So different more magazines.
Guys, if you want to shoot a Glock event cheap, shoot the rimfire.
Yeah, that's one of the categories.
Right.
Rimfire,
get the Glock 44. Shoot rimfire. It doesn't cost you a lot of ammo, and I tell you, it's still a lot of fun.
7-8 cents a round, and not bad.
Yeah. So you still need all the same other gear.
Yeah, all the other
But basically, you're just increasing your loadout. And I've seen guys show up the wagons, and they've got like 12 guns in little cases, and everything's labeled.
Backpack with a little case for each gun in the backpack.
Yep. But if you really think about it, it's not that much more, just more gun.
Right. And if you're using your coupon anyway, you're probably going to buy that gun. So why not?
Come out and exercise the darn thing.
Yep.
And maybe at this level, I would also say somebody who might want to dabble in IDPA or USPSA. This is kind of like you've already gotten into the gate. You're already into the yard now. Let's see what kind of competitions are out there, right?
Right.
And then you kind of cut your teeth on the Glock shoot, and you want to see what else there is out there. Yep. So this is where most of the IDPA and most of the USPSAs, you can get 1 or 2 shoots without having to actually join the organization yet. You can test it out. You'll still pay a match fee or something, and sometimes, depending on the club and who's running it, sometimes if they've got a break and you just want to try it, they might let you shoot it.
They'll just wave.
And they'll just let you go through it. You might not get scored and counted.
Right, but you can get a feel for what it would be like.
Yeah. You can shoot one of their stages and go, oh, now I know why I'm hooked. So it could, another drug dealer type format.
Get you in.
Get you a little taste. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you've got a whole lot of gear and you've moved up to what we would call tier 3, the competitor.
Now you're on the circuit, right? You're looking for the next competition to go to. You're planning your summer around where the matches are.
Yep. I know people that do that.
You buy an RV and you park it in the parking lot and live out of it all summer while you're shooting the matches.
Yep.
Yeah, we know people like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So in the competitor, gear. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, and I mean, depending on what we're talking about, like GSSF doesn't change much. You just buy more guns, enter more categories.
Well, and you could go into the the unlimited categories,
right?
Where
you're buying more guns and you're putting
a lot
stuff
of
on it,
stuff on it,
right? But in some of the other competitive shooting sports, now you're buying the speed rig holster and speed mag and this special belt and all that extra gear that
And-
you see the competitors
Yeah.
with.
And here's the other thing. A lot of times, that stock Glock or that slightly modified Glock, it may not be perfect for that event when you're into that competitor mode.
When you get to that level,
Yeah. You know, you're talking about buying a gun that is set up for this competition.
Yeah, and
Specifically.
that's all it's for at
Yeah.
that point. You know, we're talking about what lighting triggers,
magwell,
optics,
funnels,
compensators, there's all kinds of stuff you can.
You're
do.
talking about
Right.
getting into reloading, or find somebody that is loading up a special ammo that's going to run your gun very efficiently,
Yes.
and very accurately.
Yes.
So you're dedicating a lot. And as I said, it's going to take money and time investment to sort out your gear so that you have the best gear for you.
For that competition.
Also, for the competition, you're going to have to put in a lot of trigger time in practice.
Yeah, that's where you really are practicing.
Yeah.
You know, at the minimum weekly, if not a couple times or 3 times a week. Yeah.
Yeah, there are guys that I know that are pretty high level trainers, and 2 guys I know, they have ranges in their yards. They've built a range, and they're out there every day doing something, working on things, and it shows.
Yeah.
It shows. You know, one of them is a grandmaster level shooter, which is about as high as you can get. I don't think they've invented another grandmaster master shooter or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you get into that competitor realm, there's a performance expectation because you've got to hold that level.
Right. Maintain.
Right. And it's like you can't sandbag and go back down a little bit because you're uncomfortable. I mean, you're there.
I've seen guys literally retire because they just were getting to that point where they could not perform where they used to, and they're like, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
So
and and these guys are the ones that are seriously, like you said, they're planning their vacations in summertime and trips and planning their they know what match they're going to be shooting 6 months from now.
Well, I mean, it even gets to the point in some of the other sports where you are getting people who are like sponsored shooters.
Oh yeah.
They're wearing a jersey with a company name on it because they're sponsored by them. So that's the top. That's beyond tier 3 even. That's the top tier.
That's your job now.
Yeah, that's your job. Yeah, in a way, it's your job, right?
It's not just a hobby. It's this is your job.
But
so in the end, everyone, there's different things to think about when you get into competition.
Yeah.
How much, and honestly, you got to think about it this way: how much time and money are you willing to throw at this?
Yep, exactly.
Because it will cost time and money.
And it's potentially not just the match itself; it's the practice. It's all that other time.
Then there's travel time, and then there's gear time, and then what if your gun breaks? You're buying a new gun. There's.
But you don't have to take it that seriously. Like you can get into it and go, hey, I'm just going to go to my local match once a month. I encourage you, find a local match, go shoot it, try it out at least. Yeah.
Honestly, like you said earlier, most of the clubs that run USPSA or IDPA matches tend to have a pickup game.
Yeah, kind of like an
a casual match, non-sanctioned.
Right? Yep,
right?
Absolutely.
So, you get into those non-sanctioned matches, or just the pickup game matches, guess what? It's more trigger time, it's more fun because there's no pressure of performance.
Yeah, and it's a good way to just learn about it and train.
Yeah. So whatever you choose to do is what you're going to choose to do. I'm not going to tell you what you should do or don't, but if you decide to get into competition, be prepared. You're going to want more, and then you're going to want to do more.
Yeah.
And me, I'm comfortable shooting the GSSF matches. I'm happy with that.
So come out and see us August 2nd and 3rd.
2nd and 3rd.
Yep.
Okay.
Ontario Rod and Gun Club.
Yep. And we'll post a link, registration link below, so that you can find it, and or just go on to gssf.pro and do a state search for New York, and then look for the Ontario Region Glock Challenge, and it'll have all the details right there. Okay. Matt, anything you want to?
No, I think we killed the competition. Oh boy.
Oh, we're gonna work on this bone right here for Matt.
Cut.
All right, so gang, thanks for checking in.
Thank you very much.
I hope you got something out of this.
Who knows?
But in reality, go out and do something. Go out and shoot, get some trigger time. If you don't want to join competitions, just maybe just have a friendly competition of look up a drill online and go to the range with a couple friends and see who can shoot that drill
Run
better.
it against each other. Yeah, exactly.
And if that doesn't get you going, we're always running classes, and every once in a while we'll throw a fun drill in there or a fun exercise in there just to change it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
So come see us. Other than that,
Sounds good.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
And there's 3 things we need you to do. Hit the like button.
Yep.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
And
mash the notification.
there you go.